So, that little stick has 2 lines on it. Whether you've been hoping for this for ages or it's a total shock, one thing's for sure, a journey of incredible change has just begun. So let's dive right into this first and honestly, most crucial stage, the first trimester.
Seeing that positive test can unleash a tidal wave of feelings, right? There's the pure joy, the excitement, of course, but then, for so many of us, there's also that little whisper of panic. What do I do now? What should I stop doing? It can feel like a lot all at once, but you're in exactly the right place.
All right, so what exactly is the first trimester? Well, officially, it runs from the very beginning of your pregnancy all the way up to week 14. But here's the first kind of weird thing you learn. Pregnancy is actually dated from the first day of your last period. Yeah, I know. This means that by the time you can even get a positive test, you're technically already considered about 4 weeks pregnant.
During these first few weeks, the most unbelievable, lightning-fast development is happening inside you, even though you can't see or feel a thing. It is an absolutely mind-blowing process. Let's pull back the curtain and take a look at the secret blueprint taking shape.
Everything, and I mean everything, starts with this, a blastocyst. Just look at it. It's this tiny, microscopic ball of about 100 cells. And this little cluster makes this monumental journey, finds a nice cozy spot in the uterine wall, and implants itself. That's the moment that officially kicks off the whole pregnancy.
The speed of development from this point on is just astounding. As soon as it's implanted, the placenta, which is basically the baby's entire life support system, starts to form. And almost immediately, the major organs start to take shape. We're talking the brain, the spinal cord, and a teeny tiny heart that actually starts to beat, all within just a few short weeks of your last period. It's incredible.
So, what does all that rapid firework add up to? Well, to put it in perspective, the baby goes from that microscopic ball of cells we just saw to a fetus about the size of a kiwi by the end of the trimester. That's a huge leap. The transformation is just wow.
Okay, so while all of that amazing stuff is happening on the inside, your body is gearing up and running its own marathon to support this new life. And let me tell you, this is a massive undertaking, and you are absolutely going to feel it. This marathon analogy is perfect because it's exactly what's happening. Your heart is pumping harder, your blood volume is literally increasing, and your hormones are surging like never before. Plus, you're building an entirely new organ from scratch, the placenta. That takes a tremendous amount of energy. So even if you don't look pregnant yet, your body is working overtime. So please, be kind to yourself.
And all that marathon-level effort? Well, it leads to some pretty well-known symptoms. That overwhelming fatigue is almost universal. Your breast might feel incredibly tender and swollen. And yeah, with your kidneys working in overdrive, you'll probably feel like you're living in the bathroom. You also might get some really weird food cravings or suddenly hate foods you used to love, plus heartburn and constipation. You can thank those pregnancy hormones for all of it.
Yes, the infamous morning sickness. Let's talk about it. It's super common, affecting up to 80% of pregnancies. But let's get one thing straight. That name is a total lie. It can strike at any time of day, or night, or all day long. A little tip, try nibbling on small, bland things throughout the day. An empty stomach is not your friend right now.
The physical stuff is intense for sure, but the emotional journey is every bit as real and significant. The first trimester is a true roller coaster, and it's driven by hormones, feeling physically unwell, and just the sheer size of this life change you're going through.
Listen, it is 100% normal to feel a whole jumble of emotions, sometimes all in the same hour. You can be absolutely over the moon about being pregnant while also feeling really anxious about the baby's health or what comes next. These mood swings are real, they are common, and they are a totally valid part of the process.
So how do you ride this roller coaster without getting sick? Well, first, just acknowledge your feelings. Don't try to push them away. They're normal. Next, make self-care your job. Rest is not a luxury right now. It is an absolute necessity. Lean on your people, your partner, your friends, your family, and don't be afraid to set some boundaries to keep your stress levels down.
Okay, we've talked about what's happening to the baby and what's happening to you. Now let's get practical. Let's build your first trimester toolkit, your action plan to help you get through these first few months feeling confident and in control. First thing on your to-do list, call your doctor or midwife. As soon as you see that positive test, get that first prenatal visit on the books. They'll probably want to see you around the 8-week mark. And just a heads up, this first appointment will likely be your longest one. They'll go over your entire health history, do a full exam, and run some blood tests to get everything started off on the right foot. Now here's a really important number to remember. 600 micrograms. That's how much folic acid you need every single day. This little B vitamin is absolutely vital for preventing serious birth defects in the baby's brain and spine, which, remember, are developing super early. This is why taking a daily prenatal vitamin is completely non-negotiable.
All right, let's talk about food. The main goal here isn't to be perfect. It's really just to avoid foods that have a higher risk of carrying bacteria, because your immune system is a little suppressed right now. So that means saying see you later to things like sushi, unpasteurized cheeses, and deli meats, unless you cook them until they're steaming hot. You'll also want to skip high-mercury fish, like swordfish. Instead, just focus on good stuff, like lean proteins, whole grains, and tons of fruits and veggies.
There are also a few key lifestyle changes that you need to make right away. It's absolutely essential to stop smoking, stop drinking alcohol, and stop using marijuana, as all of these can be really harmful to the developing baby. It's also recommended to limit your caffeine to less than 250 milligrams a day, which is roughly one standard 8-ounce cup of coffee.
You know, it is so easy to worry about every little twinge and symptom in early pregnancy. So let's clear the air. Let's talk about what's generally considered normal and what should make you pick up the phone and call your doctor. This is all about giving you peace of mind. Okay, first, let's normalize something that can be really scary: light spotting and cramping. As the embryo implants and your uterus starts to grow, some light bleeding can happen. In fact, about 30% of totally healthy pregnancies have some spotting. Now, you should always mention it to your doctor, but it does not automatically mean something bad is happening.
That said, there are some definite red flags. If you experience heavy bleeding, like soaking through a pad or you're passing clots or tissue, you need to contact your doctor right away. Same goes for any severe pain, especially if it's concentrated on one side. And remember, your mental health is just as critical. If you're feeling intensely sad or anxious for more than 2 weeks, please reach out for help.
Now, I want to share a piece of information that can be a huge source of reassurance during these anxious early weeks. Once a heartbeat is detected on an ultrasound, the risk of miscarriage drops a lot. At 6 weeks, the risk is about 9.4%. By 8 weeks, it plummets to just 1.5%. Holding on to those numbers can bring a whole lot of comfort.
You know, the first trimester is a biological marvel. It can be exhausting, uncomfortable, and an emotional mess, for sure. But it is also a period of the most profound creation. Through all the fatigue and the nausea, try to remember, your body is literally building the entire foundation for a brand new human being. That is a truly monumental achievement.
So, you've made it through the marathon. The groundwork is laid, the most critical development is done, and the biggest risks have passed. You did it. So, with that foundation solidly in place, the real question is, what comes next?